Hey, put your hand over your heart right now. Can you feel your heart beating? Good. I'm glad you can. And that's what our show is about today on Untamed Television with your host, Craig Bielik. I am joined by Amber Fritz, who is a cardiac rehabilitation coordinator.
Correct.
Did I get that all correct?
You got it all.
At Brigham City Community Hospital. And we're going to talk about your heart. Not your heart specifically. Well, yeah, your heart specifically. Wow, listen to that. Your heart, everybody's heart, because Amber knows hearts. You know hearts.
I do. I've been doing cardiac rehab now for 10 years.
Wow. Wow. Is that a great job?
It's an amazing job. We have the opportunity to help patients after their heart attack or open heart surgery and get them feeling great. And we have the chance to work with them for about 6 weeks, sometimes longer.
Right.
So they really kind of become part of our rehab family, and we get to know them and see them improve and get better. It's amazing. It's a very rewarding job.
I think a lot of people out there do not realize that there's rehabilitation after a heart attack. I think they think that you have a heart attack, they patch you up, you go home, you're great, or maybe not, something goes bad. So tell me about the rehabilitation process. What happens after you have a heart attack? Let's say that Craig got, knock on wood, has a heart attack, and I have to have open heart surgery or a stent or something like that. And I get better. What happens next?
Okay, well, great question. The first thing is cardiac rehab typically starts in the hospital. So whatever hospital you had your heart attack, someone will come in and see you while you're at the hospital, get you up, hook you up to a monitor, and walk you through the hospital. Then after you go home, instead of just sending you home and saying, well, Craig, good luck.
Yeah.
Go exercise on your own. I hope you're okay. You can go to a cardiac rehab program, which is a lot of supervision. So when you come in, we're going to hook you up to a heart monitor, just little electrodes on your chest. We're going to check your blood pressure before, during, and after. And then we're going to guide you through the exercise. I always tell my patients, I know you could do this at home, but there's a fine line of doing too much and not doing enough. And that's where we come in. I've been doing cardiac rehab for 10 years, so I know at what progress we should progress you. And I know the things to look for. The other thing with rehab is that we keep in really close contact with your doctors. And so if I notice something, if Craig had a heart attack and you came in and you told me some symptoms or something didn't seem right or I saw something on the monitor, I call up your doctor and I get things taken care of while you're there. Then the other big part of cardiac rehab is a lot of education. So you had a heart attack. We hope you never have another heart attack.
Yeah, double knock on wood.
Yeah, or that you have open heart surgery. No one wants to have that done more than once. And so a lot of education. We call it lifestyle modification. And so it's talking about things like, how do I exercise? What are the foods I should eat and not eat? What about my medications? How do I manage my stress? What are all these risk factors for heart disease, and how can I work on those? So a lot of education. We have formal classes where you can come and bring a family member, and then just a lot of, just as you're exercising, we do a lot of education and answer questions.
Yeah, I think this is really important too, because everyone is an individual, and you need somebody to kind of guide you through the program, because what might be a great rehabilitation exercise for Craig might not be the same for my mom who has bad knees or something like that. So you need someone. So talk about how you determine what sort of course you're going to make for your patients.
So first visit for outpatient, you come for what we call an initial assessment. So it's a chance where you meet with one of us as an exercise specialist one-on-one. We get to know a little bit about your story, what happened, and any other background information. So maybe Craig's had a knee replacement, or Craig has a goal of wanting to run a marathon in a year.
Oh boy, does he.
We set up
it's
this,
just going to be a goal, nothing else.
Individualized treatment plan. So on the first visit, everyone does the same thing. You ride a stationary bike for 6 minutes, and we see how your heart responds and your blood pressure responds, and then chat with you. Chat about what you were doing, what you want to do, and come up with a treatment plan that's individualized just for you. And so if people can't walk on the treadmill, then we're going to do some different exercises to get them where they want to be.
So if you couldn't walk on the treadmill, let's say you have bad knees and you couldn't do a treadmill, you couldn't do a bike, what kind of exercise would you do?
So we have this amazing piece of equipment called the New Step. And when we move into our new building, we will have 3 of them. It is like the hot commodity. People.
New Step.
Yeah. So it's a seated stepper. You can use it with the arms or not, and it's a great range of motion that doesn't hurt your hips or your knees or your back. A little bit different motion with your feet and your knees instead of a bike that goes around and around. So people love that piece of equipment. We also have an arm ergometer, which is an arm bike, so you can pedal with your arms.
Arm ergometer?
Uh-huh.
You made that up.
No,
I mean,
I didn't.
there is no such word. Arm ergometer?
Well,
Come on.
patients do name it other things because they sometimes don't enjoy it. If you've had open heart surgery, then we have them do that after so many weeks, and it's tough.
Is it?
So yeah, lots of different things we can do to modify. I'm a firm believer in strength training. So if once we get the okay from your doctor, then let's start some strength training, getting you feeling great and doing anything you want to do.
Wow. Wow. So exercise, and then the bad word,
The bad word.
D, the diet.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you form a diet for people that are recovering from a heart event?
So we do a couple different things. We offer a nutrition class where it's a group type setting. And so you can come, you can bring your family member or a friend. And then we also have you meet with the dietitian one-on-one. Because once again, everyone's different. Your likes are different. What you're going to need, other factors going into that. Are you a diabetic? You know, do you have any food allergies? So meeting with the dietitian is great because she can set some very specific goals. But just in general, you know, we just try and teach our patients it's not a diet. It's all things in moderation and choosing healthy foods and fresh foods, trying to avoid package and process things. It's not this crazy thing where, you know, I can only eat 500 calories or I have to take all of this out. You can never have, you know, this sort of food. So maybe it's just cutting back something that you really maybe shouldn't have. If you drink 2 Cokes a day, let's cut that back to 2 Cokes a week, you know, something like that. It's really just setting nutrition goals. 2 things I do is 1, what is something healthy we can add to your diet? So almost always we can add more fruits and vegetables. And then what's something bad that we need to take out or maybe decrease the amount. And just starting with something simple like those 2 makes a huge difference in weight loss and just patients' overall health. And just helping them realize that, you know, even if you do like your Coke, doesn't mean you can't ever have Coke again. It's just how much are you having and how much should we cut that back?
We're gonna monitor it, and we're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
No wonder these people become your family. I mean, you're exercising with them, you're helping them with their diet and all of that. What do they say when they're done?
You know, once again, we have such a rewarding job that I really feel like these patients are part of my family. I kind of joke that since I don't have kids, they're all my kids. And so, you know, they are so thankful. And I tell them that it's not just us. It's been this whole line of people that have helped them. It's been the doctors. It's been the nurses. We're just the people at the end of the line that when they actually start feeling good, they're very grateful and appreciative. And, you know, they always have great things to say about our program and how much it's helped them and changed their life around. Because it's not hard to make all these, or it is hard to make all these changes, and it's nice to know that people are there to help you and to help you through it.
Right.
So it's good.
Amazing. Before we go, we got to talk about one other thing, okay? And that is, how do you know when you're having a heart attack?
Excellent.
I mean, is it always the you know, and you're falling on the ground, and you know, is it always that, or
no? So I really hate movies because most patients that come into the hospital are not complaining of pain. It's really more a heaviness or a pressure on their chest. They say that maybe someone's squeezing or a band around the top part of their chest, or maybe an elephant sitting on their chest. So really more pressure, discomfort, heaviness. I hardly ever have anyone that says, oh, it's pain, but yet we call it chest pain.
Yeah.
The other thing is it's sometimes associated with left arm pain, jaw pain, typically shortness of breath, nausea, dizziness. So the big thing with anything with the heart is if you're questioning that, never hesitate to come into the ER. I've never heard of a doctor saying, oh gosh, you shouldn't have came in, Craig. You're just fine. We much prefer you to come in. Let us check you out, make sure that you're okay, and then say, Craig, you know what? Things look okay. But definitely any heaviness, pressure in the chest, radiating to the arm, you know, shortness of breath, meaning if you're just sitting here and you can't catch your breath, then you definitely need to call 911. And that's a big thing too, is making sure that please don't drive yourself to the hospital. We see that a lot up in Brigham City. Everyone thinks it's close, but you definitely need to call 911. Once you call 911, people are going to come there. They're going to know what to do and actually start your treatment right there and get things going. And then they can call ahead and get everyone ready and get it taken care of.
This is great advice. It really is. I've also heard, you know, don't panic. I mean, if you're having chest pain, yeah, that's something that needs to be checked out. But
Yeah.
don't go down that road yet. That
Yes.
that you're having a heart attack, because it
Right.
can be other things. But get it checked out. It's
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah, and with that, if that heaviness and pressure just is there constantly and is staying there, that's when you call 911. But if you feel like it's coming and going, you should maybe just call your doctor, because that's oftentimes what I hear from patients is that, I felt short of breath, or I felt this heaviness while I was shoveling snow and then it went away. And then they never go to the doctor.
Right.
And then eventually it turns into a heart attack or something worse. So even if you're having symptoms and it just kind of intermittently comes and goes, go see your doctor. You can actually catch your heart attack and maybe just need a stent or something, instead of actually having damage done to your heart.
Before that, right?
Yes.
Talk with your doc.
Yep.
There's a message from Amber Fritz, a cardiac rehabilitation coordinator
You got it again.
at Brigham City Hospital, who hates movies. That's what you
Yes.
said. You said
Well,
you
I
hated
do.
movies. You know?
Movies with chest pain.
Oh, movies with chest pain. Okay, not all movies.
Not all movies.
Like you're okay with like Beauty and the Beast and stuff.
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't think there was any chest pain in that movie,
No.
but that's why you guys turned in today, is to see if there was any chest pain in Beauty and the Beast. Thanks for watching Untamed Television. Amber Fritz with Brigham City Community Hospital. Thank you for coming here.
Craig.
This is the person you want if you're going to go through cardiac rehabilitation. Amber's here for you. She's nice. I mean, look, you just met her. She's awesome. Thanks, folks. Tuning in.
Thanks.
Untamed TV. Untamed.